It's always a little unclear.
All right, well, let's make it really simple.
Okay.
You're always emitting information. Everything physical is always emitting information. If you're animated with life, you're emitting energy and information. So what most people do is they say, I want the new house, the new car, the new relationship, I want a big bank account, I want my private jet, they do all that stuff. And then they visualize that, but when they visualize it, they never get in touch with how it would feel if it happened. In fact, they're hypnotized and conditioned into feeling the emotion when it happens. So they may do a little meditation or a little whatever, and they open their eyes and their senses say it's not there.
Yeah.
So what do? They experience more lack, more separation. So when you're feeling lack and separation, you try harder. Yeah. And now they try matter to matter to try to produce the outcome because they're feeling separate from their future. Yeah. So then thoughts are the electrical charge in the quantum field, and feelings produce a magnetic charge in the quantum field. Yeah. And how you think and how you feel broadcasts electromagnetic energy that influences every single atom in your life. The thought sends the signal out, and the feeling draws the experience back to you. Yeah. So then if the person is living in anger, impatience, resentment, frustration, and they're holding the intention of their future, that's mind and body in opposition. There's no vibrational match between anything in their future because they're saying, why hasn't it happened? Yeah. And they're waiting for their healing to begin so that they feel gratitude. They're waiting for their success to feel abundance or empowerment. They're waiting for their new relationship to feel love. Well, that's the old model of reality of cause and effect, Newtonian physics. Yeah. Waiting for something outside to change how we feel inside. And if you're living in that lack and you consciously or unconsciously know that you're creating your future, you're creating more lack. And if you're reacting to the people and conditions in your life that are all known to you, then your thoughts and feelings are equal to everything that you know. You keep creating the same life. So then, if you have to truly change, then close your eyes, disconnect from the environment, sit your body down, and don't get up and do anything. Don't be in the program of the future, the past, and relax into the present moment. And now, teach your body emotionally what that future feels like before it happens. Yeah. Now, why? Well, the stronger the emotion you feel from the future you're creating, the more you're going to pay attention to the pictures in your mind. Yeah. And you're going to begin to remember your future. And biologically, it's the same as remembering your past. Yeah. So then you have to stay in the feeling of that future in order for you to be aligned to that destiny. And if you lose the feeling because of traffic or a coworker and you start feeling another emotion, you just disconnected from the energy of your future. Now you're back to the energy of your past. And if you tell me it's because of that person that caused it, I'm going to say, oh, you're back to the unconscious program of being a victim. Yeah. You're telling me that you're allowing something or someone outside of you to control how you feel and how you think. Yeah. And that's a program. So then it takes great consciousness. It takes great work. So when there's a vibrational match between your energy and it's synchronized with some potential in the quantum field, now you no longer have to go anywhere to get it. Because you're connected to the field, you're going to begin to draw events or experience to you. Yeah. And they're going to come in a way that you cannot predict. Because if you can predict them or anticipate them, they're nothing new. They have to surprise you. Yeah. That's the unknown, right? And that's the fun part, because the brain learns by mistakes and surprises. Yeah. Why not a few surprises? Yeah. And when that event lands in your lap and it comes out of nowhere, you will look back at all the betrayals, all the traumas, all the things that happened in your past, and you will not want to change one thing in your past because it brought you to that moment. And that's the moment the past no longer exists. So people are healing from their pasts in a lot of ways when they do this work. And the side effect of all of this is they feel so whole, so happy with themselves, they no longer want anything. Like all the things they want, they don't really want the house they're happy with themselves. I think that all of us in this inner work have reached points where we have no movement or we don't see any feedback in our environment. And if something like this is not changing, I have a few suggestions for you based on my own personal experience. And I want to talk about those and frame them so that you can kind of go at this with a fresh energy and a fresh look. I always say, number one, nobody changes in their life until they change their energy. And when they do change their energy, they do change their life. And all of this work in our inner work, in the meditations that we do, has to start out with getting beyond ourselves. That is the key element to truly create. The act of creating is to get beyond yourself, get beyond your personality, your identity that's connected to everything known in your life. And if you're living by familiar emotions that are connected to familiar thoughts, or hardwired neurological networks in your brain and your body's emotionally conditioned into the past, that's the known. When you're in the familiar past, you anticipate, not consciously, but subconsciously, the predictable future. In fact, people are always trying to predict the next moment by laying a known down so that they feel safe and secure. Even if it's an unhealthy known, at least they can anticipate or predict it. So the only place where the unknown exists is in the present moment, that sweet spot. And if your attention is on memories of the past or emotions of the past, then where you place your attention is where you place your energy. You're siphoning your energy, your vital life force, out of the present moment into the past. If you're anticipating the future and trying to predict the outcome or the feeling of anything in your future, and you wake up every morning and you think about certain people you have to see, certain meetings you have to go to at certain places at certain times, and all the errands you have to run in your known familiar reality, well, by the same means, you're siphoning energy out of the present moment into the predictable future. That's a lot of energy that you could be using to create a new life with. So your body, when it's on autopilot because it's been in routine, dragging a person into a predictable future based on what they did in the past, means that on some level they've lost their ability to create anything new to a series of programs. And so the only place that you will actually create in is in that present moment. Now, we go through great measures in our week-long events to take people as deep into that present moment as possible and learn how to linger there without a name, without a face, without an ethnicity, without a job, without a past, without their cell phone or their identity. Disconnect from their three-dimensional reality and take all of their attention off of everything that's known to them so they can begin to explore what they don't know, the unknown. And once you reach that elegant moment of the present moment, then it is time to change your energy, not as a body doing it, not as an identity, but as an awareness. And that ability to combine a clear intention with an elevated emotion is what begins to change a person's energy. They're broadcasting new information into the field. Now, the longer you're conscious of that energy, the more you are drawing an experience to you. If you do that properly, and then you come back to your identity, Manuel, back to your known self, and you disconnect from that feeling of what your future feels like, and you start reacting to people and problems in your life, number one, you're going to lose the feeling of your future, and you're going to be back to the normal familiar feeling of the known self. And now your energy is going to be the same vibrational match that's consistent with everything known in your world. And what is your world made of? Objects and things and people and places. So then the person reaffirms their identity by reacting to their current personal reality that reaffirms their personality. So in a sense then, you get up from your meditation and you're feeling the emotions of your future, and you then lose the feeling, you just disconnected from your future and you're back to your past. By the same means, if you are no longer feeling the emotions of your future, then you're no longer producing the same energy, which we would say then your energy is back in the past.